I wanted to provide some instructions through meditation to be taken or left for your heart. So when you're ready, find a seat or lie down, listening to your greatest joy and your heart. Breathing into your heart. And imagining each time you followed your joy, bringing those memories back in, feeling them in the heart, and in each thing you do, finding the greatest joy you can, imagining what that would feel like, look like, who you would be if you followed your joy. Every moment with everything. Releasing now the tongue, the tip of the tongue, the root of the tongue. Releasing the jaw, the teeth. Feeling your breath as you do this, opening up space in the back of the throat and the top of the mouth, bottom of the mouth, sides where the cheeks are. Space in the mouth. Opening up the throat, letting go of the center of the throat, the pit of the throat. Releasing the vocal cords. And setting an intention now to be accurate with your speech for your heart and your throat. Saying only what you mean. Saying things that only come from love. And setting that intention. Acknowledging your heart once again. Coming back to the heart. As you bring your attention to the heart, I want you to notice how the heart feels. Is there a frequency there of love, compassion, joy, and gratitude? And if not, knowing that, honoring that, sitting with that, because staying in consistent joy is not accurate. The joy comes from alternating between acknowledging what's actually there in our emotions and then expressing that to ourselves to heal. Holding on to joy as long as we can, but when other emotions come up, instead of trying to maintain joy, we look at them carefully, which brings us to joy more often. So feeling that in your heart, that whatever you feel is okay, always. Giving yourself that permission to feel whatever is coming up. Not what somebody tells you to feel or what you want to feel, but what's there. And the more you meet that with compassion, with action if needed, with kindness and softening, the more it transitions back to joy faster. And tell your heart it's okay to feel all of the feelings. You don't prefer one over another. You just know you'll maintain joy by addressing the feelings as information. And tell your heart there's no more seeking joy. There's only finding joy by being truthful with how you feel. So your heart doesn't have to seek. It is perfect and whole as it is, expressing every moment words of wisdom to you. And as you notice the heart and imagine when you feel joy during those times, notice synchronicities. There are signs that will tell you which direction you're headed. And sometimes we think of synchronicities as, oh, magic or the universe, but they're signposts. And sometimes they're telling us directions or where we're heading into. It may be good or bad. Synchronicities can indicate either. Notice the synchronicities leading up to joy. Notice synchronicities that lead you to feelings that you may or may not want to be in at the moment, unless you need to address them. Maybe synchronicities that lead you to people that bring down your frequency when it can be higher. What are those signposts for you? Ask your heart to be clear. And picture your whole body now, feeling the whole body. Imagining it melting into metal. Melting into metal. As you feel the heaviness, the sinking, the spreading, imagine that you are a magnet. A magnet that pulls things in toward you. When you listen to the message of the emotions, it's not the same as wallowing. So your magnet stays clear and attracts only what you want. In this sense, you are everything you are seeking. You are the same. You are attracted to it. You are seeking what is coming. And you are what is coming. Let go of the seeking. Feel just the connection, attraction, and the similarity. Feeling abundant. And feeling this channel of the heart coming back, letting go of the metal, feeling the heart glowing. Knowing that every moment the universe is speaking to you and through you. Whatever is random or coincidence or even imagination is not such. It is a conversation between you and your higher self. So listening to every little thing, when you begin to speed up, you miss what happens. Pay attention to the transitions. When you get out of the car to come in the house, when you get up in the morning, how soft, how gentle can you be with yourself? Because when you are slow and gentle, you will hear the universe speaking in every moment. Going slow enough to solve problems easily. Knowing that when you speak, every word is a spell. Everything that comes out is going to bring you good or bad. And you can always realize what you're saying and change it halfway through, as long as it still aligns with your truth. But there are many ways to say our truth. There are many ways to say this hasn't happened yet, but rather than this hasn't happened. There are many ways to say I am experiencing versus I am this. Feel the space between you and what is, so that your words create magic. Holding the heart as you imagine how resilient you are, how resilient your heart is to still be wanting to express love when it hasn't always experienced love. And when things aren't working, finding a way to stay neutral, finding the third point between two extremes, which is the point in the middle. That balance point, staying there when things aren't working, not going to one extreme or another, not taking sides, just staying in the middle so that you hold the space open for others and yourself. Bring your attention to the middle of your head, maybe creating a point in the center there. And it's right between the pineal gland and the brainstem, that spot there. And bring all your attention there and see if it doesn't start to dull a little bit of what's happening in a good way, in a neutral way. Bringing your thoughts here for clarity. Going to this place in your head before someone calls your name, before you respond to a sentence, before you take a step outside. Testing it out, seeing how it feels, thinking of maybe of something negative. How does it feel when you're in the spot on the head? It should be able to clarify a bit and help you come from the clearest place when you're interacting. Attention now back to the glowing heart. Knowing everything always comes from love, always. There is no other way. Love is the way, love is the door. Love is the only way to get things done, and it may not be congruent with systems, but that does not mean that your being can't express the truth, which is love. Come from love, be love. Love always, only love. Imagining now that you're in a river, a slow moving stream or river that is exactly flowing at the speed you want, and that you're comfortable, relaxed, flowing in this water, crystalline water, sparkling all around you. Feeling your whole body say, yes, I will go with this. I will go with the flow. Knowing you can come back here to surrender, to go with life when times are hard. There is a way to come back. There's also a way to be in the world where you pause the flow to act. Those are both necessary. Bringing your attention back to the head, either to the third eye or that place in the middle. Start to believe in what you can't see from wherever you are as you breathe. Just imagining believing in what you can't see as though it's happening. Something good, something positive you've been waiting for, or something you'd like to happen, even a dream. What would that feel like? What would your senses be doing? Your eyes, what would they see? What would you feel or hear, taste, or smell? Believing in what you can't see, especially just to remain open. We don't have all the answers. We don't have the complete puzzle. When we stay open, other people give us the missing pieces automatically. And coming back to the heart, staying aligned with truth. Make this something your heart knows well. When it deviates, the heart suffers. So make the heart align with truth. And your truth can be something you're not ready to stop doing yet, but you have to choose it. It has to be true for you. Coming back to the head and imagining opening up space inside of the head as though you could push the features, the nose, the mouth out a little bit, maybe the eyes, the back of the head, so you could push from the inside of the skull. Imagining tiny hands or whatever works, just pushing, making room, all inside of the head. Staying open, focused, and open-minded. And now ask your brain to increase its processing speed. You can imagine there's a little lever there and you just move it, dial. to stay more open-focused and open-minded so you can process what's needed quicker. And then believing in the impossible. Whatever you think is impossible is just a problem you haven't solved yet. Begin to believe that you can always find a way. When you can't get through to something, you have no control. That's when you give it up and surrender and let the universe take over. When there's a way, or you can find a way, you take action. Always finding the way. Coming back to the heart. Nurturing your heart, allowing good feelings to circulate. Bring your attention down to the space between the sacrum and the tailbone and grow roots there into the ground from wherever you are. Imagining the color red lighting up beneath you. Imagining that space expanding. And thinking about all your creative endeavors and everything yet to be expressed. Honoring your creative gifts and allowing them to flow from the root chakra to the heart, and maybe some to the head, back to the heart. Let this red color flow up, or maybe you think of music or whatever your creative endeavor it is. Let it flow up your spine into your heart, back down to your root chakra. And breathe it up and down a couple of times. And now as you inhale, bring it up into your heart. And as you exhale, bring it down to your root chakra. Let it ride up and down your spine. Creativity bubbling up from below into the heart and back to its root. And now imagine playfulness from the root bubbling up into the heart, making the heart giggle, coming back down. Exhaling into the heart, feeling, oh, playful. How do you feel when life is playful? Back down to the root, reminding the root life is okay, it's safe, it's fun. Up and down. You might feel the playfulness start to open up your spine. You might giggle, laugh. And then pause this and bring this back to the heart, knowing and acknowledging that you will allow each state to come and pass through you. That you will stay coherent, which means staying aligned with what you say, not doing something different from what you believe. That is the integrity, that is the sovereignty needed to heal. And it's that simple. I'll do a longer version of this meditation soon, but for now, see if you can bring some of these ideas in on your own and play with them, or do this meditation again. And if you have other ideas to add to this, do that too, because every creative work should be added to. If it inspires, if it heals. Feel your breathing and your body and your heart, the root chakra, the third eye, the middle spot in the head where you can neutralize. Go to that spot one more time and see if it doesn't let go of any confusion or anything that's troubling you. And move from there into your day, evening, wherever you are. And do this as many times as you need. I'll have more meditations coming out almost every day.